I'm lucky to be talking again with Ann Shelley, and I have a question for Ann. She's worked with thousands of parents. I don't know if you've ever added up how many counting people you've seen in counseling and in your co-parenting classes, but I'm sure it's in the thousands. But we tell them all the time, you do, look how much better your life will be. You'll be able to save money, you'll be able to make your own decisions, you'll be able to live in the future, and you'll save your kids, and through that save yourself. But is there something, everybody has to give up something to make that, what are we asking them to give up, do you think? What's the thing that they have to say, all right, I'll surrender this?
Yeah, one of the things that we hear from parents time and time again is they want to, number one, quantify their situation. My situation is very unique. Everything you're saying makes sense, but it wouldn't fit for my situation, and here's why. And then they go into their list of reasons, which are valid from their perspective. But when you start listening and asking a few questions, what you quickly find is that they have, not intentionally, but perhaps been encouraged, and they see themselves very much as the victim. This has happened to me. I personally didn't do anything to cause this, therefore I really can't be held responsible to do anything differently. And we get a lot of social reinforcement for that victim stance. Right. The person who, you poor thing, this is terrible that these other people have treated you so harshly, and you really are justified in staying in your stance of competition and hatred and bitterness toward that person for self-protective reasons. And so,
because what else could you do?
Exactly. And there's a lot of vulnerability that comes with when we let go and we truly forgive the person who has treated us harshly. Many people feel very ambivalent and very anxious about that because they experience a sense of vulnerability. If I let go of my bitterness, am I putting myself at risk for being hurt again? And unfortunately, in our societies, that tends to be reinforced. We talked to the parents a lot in class about some work that was initially put out by Rabbi Harold Kushner in a book called How Good Do We Have to Be? And his concept of forgiveness really gives you yourself freedom, because essentially what you're doing is you're saying, I do not want to be emotionally connected to the things that you've done to me. I'm going to let you own that behavior. It was yours, and you get to have it. And then by doing that, you get to walk away with the freedom to put your emotional energy someplace else.
Yeah, you're right, and it's so easy. Well-intentioned people, bring sympathy, and that can add to that echo chamber of me feeling so sorry for myself that I think I do nothing. Stephen Covey, in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, offers habit 1 is be proactive, which he summarizes as don't be a victim. Don't be a stop going around thinking, I didn't have any hand in this and there's nothing I can do about it. Responsibility means the ability to choose your response and do something. I think very much you're exactly right. We are asking people to pay that one huge price. Stop being addicted to thinking of yourself as poor sweet baby. Unfair things have happened, horribly unfair things, and difficult and painful and life-altering, because this was the person we were going to be closest to for the rest of our lives. It's time, though, to be a hero, to be responsible, because there are some kids who really didn't play a role in this, and they need you to step up.
Absolutely, and that takes courage to do that. It takes a lot of courage to make that move away from being the victim and letting the other person take all of the responsibility, and you not having to look at what parts perhaps you played and what your future could look like. And that's really what we want parents to understand in the class. You didn't choose to be here, and I understand that, and I respect the feelings that you have. However, you do have a choice where you go from forward after today.
Exactly, and we're all successful people say, I'm 100% responsible for situations that may not have been any part of my making, but that's what success means in every other field. It certainly means it in co-parenting.
Absolutely.
And thanks so much.
You're welcome.